Hey guys, Scott Patton here, and today I got a little bit different video. It's fishing, but it's fishing products. So, I've just recently got a sponsorship with Kastking, and I'm excited about it. They have a whole line of different products, and this is just some of the products they got, but just some of the stuff they sent me, and I just thought I would go through it and show you guys. I mean, a lot of stuff is new to me too. I've only used some of the reels through some of my guide customers and stuff. Everybody's always been pleased with them, happy with them. And they've had them for a year or two and they ain't had any trouble with them, so I thought I'd give them a try. I really like the product. I like the pricing of the product. And also, speaking of pricing, at the bottom of this video, we're going to have a link to, you can click on there and it'll save you a 10% discount on anything you order online. But if you got any questions, you guys can yell at me, and if you got anything you can tell me about the products, which ones you like the best and what you're using, let me know on that too. So I'm gonna get started here. I guess I'll start with this tackle bag right here. This thing is heavy duty, I'm telling you guys, and we'll do a little video up close where you can see a little bit better. But this thing's got compartments all through here, and like I say, I can't believe how well made this thing really is. I don't normally use a tackle bag. Now every once in a while, this would be handy if I'm going to go on a trip guide trip and somebody's wanting to take their boat. It'd be great for co-anglers. It'd be great for the angler, even just fishing around ponds and stuff like that. It's got the carry handles on it, like that, and it's also got a back strap that goes, or a shoulder strap that goes around it too. It's got the netting right here where you can zip and put stuff in it right there. Stuff you want to get too quick, maybe needle nose pliers and stuff like that. And this is something I thought this was real cool too. This is a clear plastic, like where you see through it. It zips real good. And these zippers and everything on this thing is great, you guys. I'm telling you, I'm really impressed with the quality of this bag that I've seen around. So you got that clear through there. You got plenty of room here to put your tackle boxes and stuff like that, all different sizes. Storage on the side, a little netting on the side. Of course, you got netting here. Another zipper pocket. Looks like, let's see what that does. Okay, so you got the inside compartment here. You got this compartment here also, and an outside storage compartment there where you can stick some stuff in. You got the same thing that's duplicated on this other side. Right here, something really cool. You can put a pair of pliers or a pair of scissors in there. And, pliers would be great for that. You put your needle nose pliers in there. So many times you're fishing, especially if I got a co-angler on a boat. I always carry extra needle nose pliers in my boat because I'm a guide. But I'm sure not all fishermen may have, two pair of pliers in the boat. But if you're going as a co-angler or fishing a pond or anything, you can put your needle nose pliers right there. That's a great little add-on right there that I thought was really cool. And it's hard case too. It's not just cloth, so it'd be easy to take those in and out. If you need to get, if you got a treble hook. A lot of times you got to use, throwing a crankbait or topwater bait. You got several sets of treble hooks in that fish's mouth. I always encourage you to use needle nose pliers just because it has saved an accident from happening. But anyways, on the other side of this, we got another zipper here. It's got the overall compartment here. So it's got actually 3 compartments here on this end too. You got the one that goes inside here. Looks like they got some straps and stuff in there to put stuff in. You got another storage compartment here that zips closed. And you got another little stuff bag you can put some stuff in. You can put your snacks in there or whatever you may do. You may be throwing raised bugs or something like that, and you won't color, that way you don't have to keep opening up the bag, putting it in there. You can just stick them right there. It'd be easy to grab when you need another bait. But anyways, this bag is really cool. I like it. I'll find a use for it, that's for sure. Like I said, I'll at least use it when I'm going with other guys on guide trips and stuff like that. I'm telling you, it's really well made. Check it out, you guys. All right, so the next thing is going to be, they sent me a pair of sunglasses. I've been wearing them around some. They're really light. They're good looking sunglasses. And I'm going to wear them, see how they do. I've always wore Coastal to Mars almost all my whole fishing career. But like I say, these are nice sunglasses. I'm going to check them out. Came with a real nice case. The cloth material here to help you clean them with and everything like that. So, I'll use these and I'll let you guys know later on how I feel about them as far as, being polarized and seeing in the water compared to my coasters and stuff. I'm sure these are a whole lot less expensive than the Costa de Mars, and a lot of you guys don't want to spend $250 on a pair of sunglasses. But this would be a great pair to get and keep in the boat. I always carry spare sunglasses in my boat, and they're usually my less expensive ones, because a lot of times that's one thing a lot of guys forget when they're going on guide trips with me, is they forget their sunglasses because it's early in the morning, it's dark, they're traveling, all that kind of stuff, and the sunglasses, I always keep a pair or two in my boat compartment just for guys when that happens. But anyways, these are real nice. Like I say, I think they look real good, and they're real light. You know, I mean, they're very comfortable. They fit balanced on my face. So I'm going to be fishing with these some in the next few videos we do, and see how I feel about them, not wearing them all day while I'm on the water, guys. Okay. But I thought I'd show you that right there. You know, they sent me 2 different scales, and I always carry a scale, of course, on my boat. You know, it's for tournament fishing or just for my use. I want to, what fish are weighing myself, or cause of guide trips and stuff. But this is one. This is more of a hook. When we hook them, clip it in their mouth like that, and you hang it, and then the scales there to tell you what the fish weigh. I'll probably use this a lot for. Usually on bass fishing, I'll get out and get my digital scales out and use those, so it's better. But I have guys catch a mudfish or a catfish, or they just want to know how big it is, because it might be their biggest fish. But these be really nice, and what I like about it is I don't have to worry about getting hooked if they got if it's fish with teeth in their mouth. I don't have to worry about getting hooked myself, or they don't have to get worry about getting bit or scratched by their teeth. But anyways, this is really nice, well built. You can see that right there, you guys. Really like them, but they're definitely going to be in my boat, and I know I'll be using these too. I'll go ahead and go to this other scale. This is a set of digital scales. I haven't used them yet, but I will. And again, I'll show some of this stuff on my videos. This is well made. It's big enough where I can see the numbers and stuff on without putting my readers on. So we're swimming on lights a lot, guys. But anyways, it's easy. It's got a good rubber grip here and a rubber grip here. It's got a good hook. I'll probably replace this hook with the snap. Almost all scales I do that with. Or you can leave this hook right here and just stick it underneath the gills right there. But I usually always replace with the other scales that I bought with a good snap. That way I feel like it doesn't have to worry about the fish flopping off and falling in the boat and getting damaged to the fish and stuff. But we'll put these in the boat and we'll see how they work, and I'll let you know on that too, you guys. But they're really nice, and they got a real good price on these things too. You check all this stuff out on their website, you guys. This is something I've bought so many. I've bought so many different pairs and brands of scissors, but they sent me a double set. This is a large pair, and it's got the small pair in there. And it comes with a nice hard case on them. But anyways, these things look like they're really excellent. Just, they feel like they're gonna be real sharp. I could cut my braid right there. See how offset cut is on that, you guys. But anyways, I like them. They feel comfortable. It's got a good rubber grip on them. The smaller pair is the same way. A little bit easier to snap, just when you're tying on a bait or something like that. But I'll definitely have both of these in my boat. I like them. Like I said, they feel like they're good and sharp. The blades on them aren't just dead. It ain't just a slick blade on either one of them, you guys. It's got the teeth on it where you feel which. Cutting braid is what dulls any pair of scissors. I don't care what you pay for them. But and I think that when they had that little rough edge on the edge, I don't know really what the correct word is for them, but I'm sure you guys have seen it. But that's on both pairs of these, and it's going to make it last longer as far as cutting braid when I'm out there fishing on the lake. So I'm going to put these back over here. Those cases too, they snap on, you guys. They won't come off. I've had some before. You get cases like that, and they just slide on, and that snaps in there is what that does. It's got, and I like that because I don't have to worry about losing that if I do want to keep those in there, especially if I got a younger kid or something like that in the boat. It'd be nice to have around just so somebody don't get stabbed. The next thing is being the sun gator. They sent me this. I've got several of these, but I can never get enough of these. Because I'm fishing several days in a row, I'll replace them every day. The thing is, this is a real nice one. It's got the more like the sun type shirt material made out of it. I use these things all the time, you guys. I probably don't use them as much as I should because I get hot real easy and sweat real easy. But I still, when it's real intense sun out there, I'll use those. And I also love to use these things, guys, as much as anything when it's cold outside. When it's cold outside, these things are great because you zip up your jacket and stuff like that, but that wind's always blowing down your neck when you're running down the lake. And this thing right here will protect your neck. You put it up on your face and it'll protect that cold air from blowing directly onto your skin. And that'll keep you from getting as cold, and it saves your skin too. And another tip I give you with these things too is when it's raining. There's many times I may be fishing, it could be a summertime even. I may be 30 miles from the boat ramp, and it's time to run back into the boat ramp, and it starts raining. Or you get down there, it could be, it could be a light rain or hard rain, but putting this thing on and putting it up over my face, and with my sunglasses on, it protects my skin from that rain. It really makes a big difference. So if any of you been out there fishing in the rain, you're running down the lake, you know how much that hurts. And like I said, I wouldn't have to stop, get it out of my boat. I keep this in my compartment where I can just keep it around my neck during the day when I'm fishing. I really advise you guys wearing one of those. All right, so this is something else I got. They sent me, it's a sun hat. It's got a good ventilation all around the edges, all the way around the side of it. It's really lightweight. I like it. I'll probably fish this some because, like I said, I'm in the sun so much. Of course, I'll usually use, but if it's good, I think it's a good looking hat. It'd be good even in the rain to keep that rain from dripping down your neck, or that's a wet spot we always get no matter how good a rain suit is. But I need this to keep the sun off my ears, off my nose, my face and everything. But it's good looking, and I'm glad they sent it to me because I'll be using it a lot. Dinah's back there smiling at me. I think she wants to wear one too. So, right, Dinah? But anyways, this is a good hat, you guys. I'll show you the digital scales. I'm going to save the reels for last. All right, they sent me a really nice net, you guys. I mean, I really love this net. It comes with a case too. Already taken it out of the case, but it comes with a good case. But anyways, it's a fold-up net, and these things are so good. I've looked into these before. Of course, I got a Phoenix, and I got a compartment down there that my net stays in. If any of you guys ever been in Phoenix, you know how accessible our net is on those boats. They're not stuck in a compartment, stuff like that. But this net here, I like it because I could keep this in a, if you guys don't have that, you could keep this net in a compartment a lot easier because it folds in half. But I'm telling you, this is really heavy duty. It'll fold out, you guys. It just clicks in place right there. Pull out, and it's like a magnetic on the end of this, or it's a little stopper on the end of that. So it doesn't lock it, but I need to play with this because there's got a handle down here, but I don't know for sure what all it does. We won't get in that today. But anyways, as far as the net, this thing's lightweight, it's heavy duty, and just to close it, I guess you wouldn't want to fold it first. There's a trigger right here. All right, so anyways, it's got a trigger on there. You push it and pull it to you and just fold that net over just like that, you guys. That closes up, push your handle back in. But it's got good netting material on it. The only thing I like is it's deep enough for I don't have to worry about my fish jumping out of the net. I've bought them before where they're not deep enough, and you have a big fish on it, it can flop right back into the lake. But anyways, great net, love it. It definitely be in my boat as I'm fishing tournaments and guiding. I'm going to lay it down there for right now. I guess we'll go and we'll move this Dew over here. Can't be out without your Mountain Dew. But here's a couple storage bags, tackle storage bags they sent me. Which these look like they're waterproof, you guys, because they got a rubber seal right there on the zipper part of it where they zip up. And I like that. There's times where I'll keep paperwork and stuff like that in my boat, and this would be good for this. But also would be great just for some baits. They're heavy duty, durable. I'll have to fish with them, see how well they last, but they feel like they're as good as anything I've ever bought. And I'm really glad they got these. They got them at a great price. I can't recall exactly what it is, but like I said, you guys can check that stuff on our website. It's Kastking.com. But anyways, they sent me a couple of those. Good size too. I like them. Alright, so, they sent me some fluorocarbon line, which I've always used Seaguar. But I'm going to try this. It looks like it's packaged well and everything, you guys. I haven't fished with it. Again, this is something I'm just going to get out and use and see how it works, how long it lasts and how it casts and stuff like that. But I'll get back with you on that It's 15-pound test line. It's a good size line. So it's a 300-yard spool. You know, like I said, it looks like it's a good line, but I'll have to fish with it and see how it does, and I'll get with you back on that too. But it says it's fluorocoats, what it is. But I think they got several different fluorocarbons. They got monofilament. They got Braid on there. And I'll be trying some of that stuff too. But anyways, the next item is going to be this storage tackle box. Fantastic box, you guys. I mean, I've seen these things go as much as, you know, $35 for one. But this thing is really tight. It's rubber. It's got a rubber seal all the way around it, and you can see inside that case. It's really well made. All these trays slide in and out. You can adjust them. You know, they got the these orange ones right here. They got these orange ones in here right here. That's to keep your hooks from rusting. You got moisture and stuff inside of it, but those are nice to keep in there. But anyways, it's a real good box. Well made. I'm telling you, really well made. It's anything I've seen on the market. So I got a couple of those to try out. I guess we're down to the reels. All right, so this is the first 3 Kastking reels I've had. I picked out one of kind of every selection they got because I'm going to use them for different things. This is one thing I love to do. If any of y'all know me, I love to flip and pitch. And skipping too is something that I can get better at, but this is a flipping and pitching reel. It's got the shallow spool on it, if you've seen. That's real good. And the good thing about that is that you won't have as much line on there, especially, let's just say I'll go with flipping and pitching. So let's say if I'm going down to Gunnersville and I'm going to be flipping, okay, or Okeechobee, I'm going to be flipping. I'm going to want heavy line on here. I could want Braid on there. I could want 25-pound test fluorocarbon on there, okay? So I won't use near as much line on that flipping and pitching. So but the thing is, let's say if I fish it for 3 or 4 days, and then I may be going a little bit further up north or up in the mountains on Douglas Lake or something like that, and I may be flipping or something up there where the water's a lot clearer, okay? So I may want to flip with 17 or even 20-pound test line. The thing I love about it is that I'm not wasting a bunch of line just because, and it doesn't make me hesitate to change that line size because I'm changing bodies of water. Or even you could be on the same body of water. You could be up in the river, it could be stained, the creeks could be stained, but if you went down towards the dam, stuff like that, the water could be clear on some of these reservoirs, and you would not have to worry about wasting a bunch of line by changing it. But anyways, it feels real smooth. I haven't put line on them yet. I'll be spooling them up today. I'll be taking them out next week. But it's smooth reel, good looking reel. I like the black and the red on it. It looks real good. All right, so that is the Speed Demons, what that reel is called, you guys. It's a flipping and skipping. And again, back to, I didn't explain the skipping. The thing, if you're skipping, you guys, if you're new at skipping, and there's always backlash is a problem, that shallow spool will keep you from having too much line on there and eliminate, and if you do get backlash, it's going to be easier to pick out. It will go all the way down that spool is usually where those problems are. So if you want to learn how to skip, that speed demon would be a great reel for you because again, it's got that shallow spool and you don't have to put as much line on there, and you can still get up close and skip underneath trees, underneath your docks, and all that kind of stuff, you guys. All right, so the next reel I've got is Mega Jaws. This is probably going to be my all-around. I like the size of this reel. The color of it's going to go great with my PAL rods, but the ratio on this is 6.5 to 1. It's just going to be a good all-around reel. I like it. And also back to the Speed Demon, I forgot to tell you, the gear ratio on this is 10.5 to 1, which is great for flipping or skipping like that, because you can get that bait back in and get back out there real quick. So back over to the Mega Jaws, 6.5 to 1 ratio. Good looking reel, you guys. Lightweight. You can't hardly feel that thing in your hand. So I'm excited about using that. And that's going to be spooled up. I'll probably be throwing chatterbaits, maybe my glide baits or something with that. Now the next reel I got is a bigger reel. Okay, this is a Megatron. I think this is a 300. I think, yeah, 300. But anyways, the gear ratio on this is 6.4 to 1. Good gear ratio. I'm probably going to use, see how big the spool is on this. Like I said, you guys, it's a bigger reel for sure than your standard reel that you may want to sit there and cast every day. But this reel's definitely gonna have a lot of uses. I'm gonna use it for probably throwing deep crankbaits where I want a lot of line. 10 and 12 pound test lines where I can make those long casts. This will probably be good for my bigger glide baits and stuff like that, where I'll put on 20-25 pound test line and it'll hold the heavier line. It's a good heavy duty reel. I'll throw it on my bigger rod and stuff like that. So like I said, I'll be throwing the baby boss, those type of glide baits on this. And I'm gonna tell you some other uses too. Here on Chickamauga, and I used to guide for stripers years and years ago. But this would be a great reel for you guys that at a great price for you guys wanting to striper fish, because you can put more line on there. When those fish hit, they may run 30-40 yards before you get the heads turned on them, just depending on how big the fish are. It'll be a great reel for that. I can see a lot of uses with this reel right here too. Whether even if you're a cat fisherman or something like that, that big spool, you guys want to put that 60-pound test braid on there, 65-pound test braid, or just 40-pound test monofilament or something like that to catfish with. Be a great reel for you guys. It's got a big handle on it. You see how wide that handle is? Be a great universal reel for all kinds of type fishing. And like I said, I'm excited about getting this one on one of my power rods and see how it does too. But that's pretty much, you guys, what they sent me so far. I think I've got some rain gear coming in, and I know I got some more reels coming in. So when I get those in, I'll show them to you. But the next step is when we put all this stuff in a boat. I just literally just got this in yesterday, and put this stuff in a boat, put it to use, and let you know how I feel about it then. But you guys, if you want to buy some fishing product, Kastking.com, and we have a 10% code that you can use too, you guys. So if you got any questions, give me a shout. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you subscribing, you guys. Until next time, we'll see you on the water.